Best seats in the house, yeah. I apologise, I'll try and keep my lid on it. Nah.
No, I don't get picked up by that little effect.
No, I don't swear and carry on. I can't speak for others on my bench, but I'm all right.
Hello everyone and welcome to Pembroke Park today for the second Lakoseljac matchup for this weekend in the semi-finals here in Tasmania. We have quite a juicy matchup today between the championship leaders and the reigning Southern Championship champions, South East United versus Launceston City. Yesterday we saw South Hobart defeat Riverside Olympic 4-0. So today, potentially could there be an upset with the Southern Champions taking on the second placed team in the NPL today. My name is Zach Peace and welcome along to today's match. The lineups today for South East, we have Mitchell Stalker in goals. Number 2 is Kate Smith, Sam Satori, Nick Zammit, who's the captain for South East, Jacob Sartori, Luke Hoogersloot, Declan Brown, Dwayne Walsh, Patrick Quinlan, Jacob Hoogersloot, and Callum Brown, coached by Adam Shackloff. And for Lonnie City, we have the captain, Lockie Clark, Riley Fellows, Kazuki Hashimoto, Jack Woodland, Shota Fujisiro, Angus Taylor, Will Humphrey, Max Rawling, Daniel Wojcik, Dan Latinovich, and Thierry Swaby, and coached by Daniel Sison, sorry. Today's ref is Nathan Code. And we can see today at Pembroke Park there's fences around the oval for the first time. This is something that, having played at this oval a few times, the ball can go over the fence, so it's nice now to see that the ground is closed in as the players now walk out onto the field. The last match of the Lakoseljac Cup in the quarterfinals, South East defeated Clarence Zebras 3-0 in what was somewhat of an upset, but South East obviously a team that's littered with players who have played in the State League over time. Pause there for a moment of silence as the teams now shake hands. Launceston City in their quarterfinal matchup defeated NPL players Kingborough 4-0. And obviously, as I said before, South Hobart defeated Riverside 4-0 in that matchup. In today's game, it's evenly poised. I feel like it's going to be quite an attacking affair with Southeast with a goal difference of plus 29 in the championship. So a very strong attacking team. Imagine up top is Luke Hugersloot, who's a name I'm sure is familiar to a lot of people in Southern football, having played for Clarence University, Newtown of late, and now Southeast. And then the Brown twins as well, who are both obviously very talented and a lot of experience. But today's favourites will undoubtedly be Launceston City, led ably by their goalkeeper and captain, Lockie Clark. And I'm sure Angus Taylor and Thierry Swaby will cause some damage up top. Decent crowd building on the far side here. And in classic country sport, I'm sitting in the back of a ute just on the side of the pitch. Probably got the best seats in the house, but I'm really excited and looking forward to this game as the two skippers meet in the middle. Nick Zammett for Southeast and Lockie Clark for Launceston City. Now, having played at this ground a few times, the wind can get up and it can be quite a difficult ground to play at, where the elements can definitely impact the style and play. But Southeast are usually known for probably a more direct style of play, playing long with a couple of tall strikers up top and a bit of pace there as well. Whilst Lonnie City are probably going to try and build up a little slower and probably look to retain possession against the team in the championship today. The opposition in Southeast United. Just moments away from starting now. What's a beautiful day. Blue skies everywhere. A couple of clouds. But for the most part, a perfect day for some Lakoseljac Cup football. As the teams now switch ends. The sun on the left-hand side of your screen. Proved difficult for the keepers today. Clark opting not to wear a cap despite the sun probably beating down in his eyes there. Southeast are likely to set up in their traditional 4-3-3. And Lonnie City being much the same. And we're away. Swaby back to the centre back Humphrey. City retain possession. Just early on, Southeast looking pretty happy to sit in. Let City get the ball. As Latinovic plays the ball back to Clark. Hugersloot's got many strengths, but speed's probably not one of them, so probably looking to force to one side as Latinovic plays the long ball, and Southeast do well to clear. So and they spread wide. Hashimoto with the ball. As you can hear there through the effects mics, that's Southeast coach telling his team to be patient early. And Jacob Hugersloot, former State League player and incredibly experienced centre-back, signed with Southeast this season. So he's playing centre-back with what looks like Declan Brown. He's probably more known for playing in the midfield, but today sitting at the back. Shimoto with the throw now. Long into the box. Very deep in there. Cleared nicely by Satori. Hugersloot with it. We're seeing a lot of that today from Hugersloot with his long limbs. Able to win balls that most other players probably wouldn't be able to hook their foot into. Hashimoto under a bit of pressure there and gives the ball away. Zammett the right back, Southeast. To play the feet of Cal Brown, who recently returned from teaching in Japan, I think playing over there as well. Paddy Quinlan, one of my favourite players for Southeast, at left back, incredibly quick and will cause some danger with his overlapping runs as Brown steps in. Oh, pretty easy decision there for referee code, and a set piece that's in quite a dangerous position, and Southeast are known for scoring from their set pieces, especially Walsh, who's played a lot of senior football in the NPL and Southern Championship, along with both Hugesleutz and Sam Satori, who's fresh off a lot of goals for Southeast this season. Satori flicks on. Hugesleut scores! 1-0 Southeast! Would you believe it, 3 minutes into the game? The Southern Championship side has gone up 1-0. I must say, not the best of balls in, not really deep. Flicked on by Satori. Not cleared properly there by the Launceston City defender. And Hugesleut. Bang, 1-0. Southeast United. And the hosts today couldn't have asked for a better start. 1-0. Lonnie City under all the pressure now. As they retain possession again. Southeast will be over the moon with that early goal. You just hope now that they can settle, get into their work. Cal Brown looks to play. Humphrey switches to Latinovic. Back into their 6, Woodland. You can see here, City have pushed both their left and right back up, leaving their 2 centre-backs pretty wide, and the number 6, or Woodland, is dropping back in. Zamet gets his head over the ball and wins the free. Fusashiro gets his foot up. Mitchell Stalker, who's rates himself as an outfield player, is more than happy to take any set pieces from deep. See this a lot today from Southeast, I imagine. The long ball using Hugesleut's height, and then the pace of Satori out wide. Hugesleut with a little bit of space and cleared away. Hugesleut with the Jacob variety clears. Rawlings plays it back to Fellows. Zinovic switches across. Humphrey. Hugesleut nearly wins. Nice and composed there by Humphrey. Not feeling the pressure too much. Plays long. Deck Brown deals with Angus Taylor, putting him under pump there. Smith back to Hugesleut. Angus Taylor with the ball. It's an overlapping run. Asking a lot of his teammate there as Cade Smith clears. He's one of the 2 sixes here today for Southeast, playing in defensive midfield. There he is again, winning the ball nicely. Early on, Humphrey happy to retain the possession and play out from the back. Swaby has a bit of space. Hugesleut happy to concede a corner there. Imagine Lonnie City now probably happy to just take a little time now, settle into this contest. Yes, they've conceded early, but I'm sure they've been in this position many a time and will back themselves to score some goals. But a lovely crowd on this far side. I would have said at least 100 or so people here supporting Southeast, and I'm sure there's some travelling fans on the right-hand side there from Lonnie City. Fantastic occasion for cup football, and Southeast living up to their end of the bargain, scoring first. Corner looks like an in-swinger. Played towards the back post. Hugesleut clears. Rawlings can't quite deal with it. Cal Brown side by side. Winning the ball. Jacob Satori through the midfield there. Paddy Quinlan trying to step in as they play back to Clark. Hashimoto with the ball now. Looks up. Uses his defensive midfielder. Humphrey. Back into the left back who's inverted. Humphrey taking up position a little wider. It's the play line. Taylor turns. Looks to cut in. The ball just went outside there. We've seen that a lot from Taylor. Picking the ball up. Looking to go inside to his preferred right. Hoogie. Love a little touch to the legs of the left back for Launceston City. Back to Clark. Plays for Latinovic. It's on the right hand side. At the top. Nice toss for Fushishiro. Plays back into his defensive midfielder. Spreads wide to Hashimoto. Takes a touch forward to Taylor. Taylor happy to recycle. Humphrey looking to play long. Just has a look for a teammate. Finds the feet. Nice build up. Hashimoto in. Oh. And Fujishiro has a shot into his teammate. Taylor now. Crosses in low. Well cleared by Hugersloot there. Woodland plays wide. Just misses his teammate in Swaby out there. Looks to play backwards. Fellows with the ball. Happy to find the left back who's inverting through the midfield there. Plays wide to Wojcik. Back inside. Humphrey. Tries to find the feet. Satori wins. Walsh. Back to Zamet. Zamet plays long. Hoogie with a one-on-one. Tries to win the contest there. Falls over. Cow Brown wins the ball back. Plays to Walsh. Walsh to Brown. Nice build up from Southeast. Cow Brown tries to... beats one. The ball goes out for a near corner there. Smith does well. Slides in. It just goes out for a goal kick. But promising signs for Southeast who look more than intent to go on with it after scoring the first there. Not looking to sit in at all and continue to attack. Humphrey. So fair share of possession early. Plays across to Latinovic. Back to Humphrey. He's going to go to his preferred left. Plays long. Hugersloot doesn't quite clear. Little touch, maybe a foul there. Code doesn't call. Zamet with time. Clears. Thought it was going out, but it stayed in. Hashimoto plays back to Humphrey. Humphrey across. Latinovic now, time. Carries. Plays out to Fellows. They switch across again. Humphreys for Hashimoto. Southeast set up with a low block of 9 players and Hugersloot up top. Just letting Ronnie City keep the ball here. Probably maintaining their fair share of possession. Hashimoto plays wide to Taylor. Taylor cuts in onto that preferred right. Well dealt with by Southeast there. And the long ball to Hugersloot. As Humphrey gets up, wins. Fellows plays over the top. Swaby tries to get in behind there. Well defended there by Hugersloot. Woodland with some time through the middle there. Finds Fellows. He's probably happy to recycle here. You can see here from Southeast, they're set up with a pretty low block with both of their wingers tucked in. Happy to defend. Just leaving the one striker up top. I think that the main thing I've sort of noticed so far is Hashimoto's joined in as a fourth central midfielder rather than staying in his starting position at left back, allowing Humphrey to drift wide onto his preferred left. Must admit it's a long way over to that far corner there. Cow Brown beats one. Plays Hugersloot's feet. Hugersloot looks to switch. No option there. Hashimoto Wide to Taylor. Taylor, back to Latinovic. Looks to play wide, decides against it. Happy to keep the ball moving. Nice turn by Fushishiro. Beats one. Zamet does well to recover. And clears out for a corner. That's a goal kick, sorry. South East to be very happy with how they've gone so far. Up for this occasion. Goal. For anyone who's just joined us, set piece on the left-hand side, floated in, flicked across by Sam Satori, and Lonnie City not doing a good job of clearing, and Luke Hugersloot, as he's done for 15 years, on the end of a set piece. And bang, 1-0. Mitchell Stalker now. Southeast, happy to go long. Hugersloot up, flicks on. Cleared by Hashimoto. Free head, Declan Brown. Satori tries to flick on. Fujishiro, strong tackle there by Jacob Satori. Playing in that left central defensive role. Mr. Cade Smith. Riley Fellows taking the throw. Finds feet, Swaby, flicks back. Sam Satori gets his foot in there. Quick throw, Swaby's feet. One touch, cross. Declan Brown. Doesn't quite clear too effectively, but it's out. Walshy with the fresh airy. Zamet. Beats the left back. Plays long. Just the space, taking the pressure off as Humphrey turns, picks the ball up. Southeast pretty happy to play the long ball and sit in and receive a lot of Launceston City possession. Tries the front speed to Swaby. This goes out for a throw. Swaby seems to be drifting into all sorts of areas. Happy to go wide. Stay central as well. Examine. This is the feet of Hugersloot. Ball ricochets out. Humphrey with the ball. Nice one-touch play. Fujishiro runs after. And Hugersloot. No frills. Straight out. Fujishiro. Throws to Hashimoto. To Woodland. It's wide. Fellows. Goodland does a good job of defending there. We've seen a lot already. Lonnie City happy to retain possession. Flicks out to Hashimoto. Hashimoto to Humphrey. Humphrey. Looks for a deep ball. Just over the top looking for Wojcik. Now for a goal kick. A lot of their play seems to be coming down the left-hand side for Lonnie City. Retaining possession. Using their inverted wingback and Hashimoto, who's dropping into more central areas, allowing Humphreys to drift out wide.
Second ball, please. Eyes up, get ready for the second ball.
Stalker.
Callum, careful. Bobby,
Long. And what will be a familiar side all day. Turgisleek. Cow Brown picks up. Got a little bit of space. Breaks through. Finds Satori. And given offside. Pretty easy decision, that one. Satori just making his run a little bit too early, but dangerous sight. Cow Brown running with the ball through the middle of the park. His preferred left. Southeast sitting in again. A block of 4, block of 5, allowing Humphrey to move forward. It's a straight ball. Dropped. Swaby picks up. Plenty of time. Fujishiro with the ball. Humphrey. Looks to go long. Happy to just keep the ball moving. Woodland switches out. Latinovic. Well cut out there by Brown, not quite. Hashimoto with the ball now. Looks to come back inside. His preferred right. Finds Fujishiro. It's wide to Woodland. Fellows with a poor touch there. Sam Satori providing a bit of pressure as he goes out to the newly set up fencing here at Southeast. The ball usually finding its way over towards the basketball and netball courts, but set up now. Love to see some investment in Tasmanian football. All Humphrey with the ball. Looks to go inside. Woodland with the ball now. Nearly pinched. Swaby. Got a little bit of space. Well won back there by Brown. And he's won the free kick too. You love to see that from the two more attacking players there. Cal Brown dropping back in. Getting a foot in. Hooking his foot around. And Swaby says, fair play to you. So 1-0. 18.5 minutes into this one. Lonnie City yet to have a real chance. Southeast, 1 from 1. Humphrey brings the ball down and clears. Just misses Rawlings out on the right wing there. Long throw. Comes off the back of Hoogersloot. Fellows' throw. Here's an instruction from the coach there. They're looking to move the ball quickly. Fellows can't find feet. Gains a bit of territory though. City set up with Jack Woodland playing more as the defensive of the three midfielders. And Wojcik and Fujishiro playing a little more advanced, with Swaby dropping into deeper spots at times. Majority of the players coming from the board of Will Humphrey. Long ball, well dealt with by Quinlan. Hasn't quite cleared. Fellows in a good area. Satori using his pace, finds Hoogersloot. Hoogersloot to Cal Brown. Cal Brown looks to go past Humphrey. 1-on-1 with the centre back. Goes to his left. And well defended there by Humphrey, who's been doing a lot of attacking for Lonnie City, but that time getting in and defending well against Callum Brown. Nice build-up from Southeast there. Who've been somewhat direct so far, but that time, nice build-up from Satori into the feet of Hoogersloot, who then releases the left-footed Brown in the Callum variety. Corner now, Southeast. It's whipped in. Good areas. Satori at the back post. He's kept it in. Well defended there by Satori on Hashimoto. Nearly winning it. Okay, Brown providing a bit of pressure there on Woodland. Plays the ball back to Latinovic. Spreads wide. City happy to keep the ball here. To Humphrey again. Finds feet of Taylor. Taylor looks inside. Southeast prepared for the cut in. Deep cross by Hashimoto. And cleared by Quinlan. Satori, who's been lively early. Swaby tries to turn. And City happy to just keep the ball. Oh, Brown nearly intercepts there. Tinovic doing a good job. Fellows. And they recycle out the other side. Southeast doing a good job of sitting in. They know they're not going to have a whole heap of possession today. Taylor gets into a good area. Cleared by Hoogersloot. As we saw yesterday, Lakoseljac Cup game the statewide cup game between University and Devonport. The championship side usually happy to sit in, absorb a bit of pressure. It's the NPL opposition happy to retain, recycle the ball from one side to another. Hashimoto, long to Swaby. Plays back. Well won by Smith. Smith to Brown. Brown to Satori. Just misses his man. Fellows has it. Comes back inside. Got a little bit of time. Walsh. Hoofs long. Clark a little bit off his line. Nothing he hasn't dealt with before though, as he brings it down. Happy to join in. A long way from home. Happy for Humphrey to pick the ball up. Looks inside. Finds Fujishiro. Plays back. Humphrey looks up. Very little options. Southeast doing a good job of remaining organised here. Back to Humphrey. Finds feet. Releases Fujishiro. Crosses in. And well cleared. Smith does not get it away as Walsh puts his foot through it. Smith this time to Satori. The ball in limbo. Two Lonnie City defenders there doing well. Clark. Every time Southeast have put on defend, they've looked to move it pretty quickly. Happy to play the long ball to Hurgisloot up top. Woodland to the feet of Swaby, turns. Declan Brown doing a good job of clearing the ball. A little bit of remonstration in there. Nathan Code. Happy to have that sort of discussion. No ill will there from Swaby. Just catching the Southeast centre back, Declan Brown. Halfway through this first half, and Southeast are 1-0 up, courtesy of a Hurgisloot goal. Happy to play the long ball in Southeast so far. Setting in, absorbing a lot of pressure. Ball played long to Cow Brown and misses. Wins the ball back. A few cries for a foul there. I didn't quite see that one. Humphrey wide to Taylor. Zamet. Forward touch. Hashimoto intercepts. And now foul on Zamet, who's cleaned up Hashimoto. Just stopping him from playing the 1-2. Hashimoto in a little bit of pain here. Zamet just collecting him slightly late there. Just take a moment to reset a little bit. City, 1-0 down. Probably with, say, close to 70% of possession. Pretty typical City fashion. Playing out from the back, using their centre-backs to play long, using their pace and talent of their front three. Humphrey back to Clark. Plays back to Humphrey. Switches across. Not the nicest of balls for his centre-back partner, Latinovic. Southeast happy to sit in. Latinovic just rolling the ball, waiting for the right option. Finds Fujishiro in good areas. Plays wide. Well defended there by Quinlan. Hasn't quite got rid of it though. Fellows up high there. Crossed in towards Stalker. And he'll eat those up all day. One of his first saves he's had to make, Stalker. It's a pretty poor kick out. Straight to Woodland. Woodland switches to Hashimoto. Forward touch. Just come back inside. Wojcik wide. Bellows. Looks for the 1-2 and gets it back. Satori doing a good job of covering his left back there. That's a good central defensive midfielder should do. He's his right back, Wojcik. Back to Fujishiro. Woodland. Out to Hashimoto. To Humphrey. Looks to cross. Dangerous ball. Swaby thereabouts. Quinlan. Happy to clear on his left foot. Southeast just not really willing to put their defenders under too much pressure, and wherever they can, they're looking to clear it. Shiro to Woodland. Woodland under a bit of pressure. Hoogersloot does well. Brown looks to beat one. Can't quite get past Lucinovic. Wins the ball back. Satori wide to Smith. Smith touches back inside. Keeps the ball. Walsh looks to beat Taylor. Taylor does well. Does very well there. Plays back to centre back in Humphrey. Once again, Southeast collecting the ball in very dangerous areas, and the counter-attack's looking very destructive today. Wojcik in deeper areas, happy to come pick up the ball. Fellows with a poor first touch there. Satori can't quite keep the ball in. City just making a couple of errors here. It's always going to be hard when they're retaining the possession as much as they are. Humphrey, a little bit wider, picks the ball up, straight pass, down the line to Taylor. Zamet tries to keep the ball in. Does stay in. Well done there by Lonnie City. Crossed in by Wojcik. And out through corner. Zamet was definitely thinking that one was going over the line there, but Taylor does a good job of working his way around the Southeast skipper and keeping that one in play. Southeast usually pretty good at defending corners. All of their attacking players starting pretty deep. Two hands up. Back post floated in. Gets up. Stalker. Lets it go out. Woodland with the header there. Decent ball in, but probably a little bit too far out there. I think they'll be looking to try and get that one closer to the 6-yard box and put Southeast under a little bit more pressure. No playing out from the back here for Southeast. Every time there's a goal kick, they're happy to take 30, 40 seconds off the clock and put it long to Hoogersloot. Humphrey plays long. Tries to find Taylor. Zamet does well. Clears away. Walsh tries to get onto it. It's a lovely long throw. Swaby looks in here. Great chance. Pass across. I think that was a good save there by Stalker, who's just poked that one away. Satori tries to play down the line to Hoogersloot. Very nicely done there by Mitchell Stalker. The first time he's had to really be tested today. So just watch the replay. Yeah, just poking that one past his post. Deck Brown clears away. It's a good chance there for City. Swaby hasn't really had too much space today. They've done a good job of thwarting any attack that City have really been able to make. There's a poor pass there by Hashimoto. Zamet looks long to Hoogersloot. Humphrey brings down. Good bit of composure. Plays in Taylor. Inside. Back to Hashimoto. Across to Woodland. Woodland. Happy to play the right back, Fellows. Fellows brings the ball back inside. Just keeping possession here. Humphrey looks up. Probably a cross in. It's a bit of a chaos ball into the box. And Declan Brown clears away. Joining in the attack too. Satori. Just plays long. Southeast happy to play for possession there and just get their defence up. But we're still sitting quite deep, considering the ball's nearly gone to the opposition's 18-yard box. Humphrey across. Diag, that's a nice looking ball. Fellows chasing. Quinlan does a great job there. And just gives it back to Lonnie City. I just wonder how many times they're happy to give it back to City and just keep absorbing this pressure. At some point, they must look to try and have a bit of possession for themselves, because City will break them down at some point. Hashimoto with the ball. Swaby. It's back to Wojcik. Spreads. Back to Humphrey. Humphrey looks up. Finds Hashimoto. Swaby. Touches to Taylor. Taylor. Turns. Very sharp, Taylor. Wojcik. Woodlands. And they look to go at the other side now. A little bit of space. Can't quite find the feet. Deck Brown's got it. Cow Brown's out now. Satori's open on the left-hand side if Cow can find him. And a 50-50 side-by-side. Nathan Code's gone. Yep. Slight professional foul there. Stopping Brown, who had Satori on his left-hand side, but just couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet. So we move now into the 33rd minute of this match. Deck Brown, long. Humphrey brings it down. Retaining possession. Hashimoto. Wojcik does well. Brown nearly intercepts. Humphrey now out to the right-hand side. Swaby over the top. Stalker comes. Deals with that one nicely as the bounce of Pembroke Park on what's a pretty firm surface out here. The bounce can sometimes kick on a little bit. As Stalker looks to go long again. Fergusloot underneath. Satori does well to win the second ball. Finds Brown. Got a 2-on-2. Walsh out on the right-hand side. Finds him. He's 1-on-1. That's 2-0! Dwayne Walsh! Southeast United. Would you believe it? 2-0 up against Launceston City. The Cup Minnows. Southern Championship leader. Leading 2-0 here today at their home ground of Sorrel. Let's just go back through that goal there. Cow Brown spreads it wide. Walsh, as he's done many a time for years and years, 1-on-1 with the keeper and puts it into the bottom left-hand corner. Southeast fans are up and about. Their boys are playing nicely today. Absorbing a lot of pressure from Lonnie City, but doing a great job of clearing the ball where needed and not looking to put their defence under any unnecessary pressure. Wow. I thought today would be close, but I wouldn't have thought 2-0 Southeast this early on. Lonnie City now. Swaby. Cow Brown. Can't quite. Jacob Hubersloot happy to find a corner. Humphrey under pressure. Luke Hugersloot. Bit of pressure. Nathan Coe blows his whistle after, just trying to see if there was an advantage there. It's the heart rate of the Lonnie City supporters, I'm sure, was up as Luke Hugersloot was chasing after the ball. Jacob Hubersloot clearing. Satori finds Walsh. Walsh to Sam Satori. Just wonder, with all this possession that City are having, you'd hope that it created a few more chances so far, but I'm sure that they're going to come. Hashimoto now carries forward. Now goes back. Humphrey, who's happy to play the long ball from the back into the box. Wojcik. Spreads back to his other centre-back in Latinovic. He's probably been the less expansive of the two centre-backs. Plays a nice ball. Wide. Taylor. 1-on-1 with Zamet. Done well. Cut inside. Plays back to Wojcik. On the left foot. Into Walsh. And into the hands of Stalker, who's probably happy to absorb a bit of UC6. Just take a little bit of pressure out of the game. And goes long. That's a great kick by Stalker. Satori. 1-on-1. The Southeast faithful not happy with that one, but in all honesty, that's a 50-50. I feel like that was a pretty good challenge there by Latinovic. Satori, who's very sharp on that left wing. And What a great ball there by Mitchell Stalker, who's very good with his hands and feet, able to find his left winger in Satori very easily. Humphrey playing short. They look to switch out. Fellows is wide. Quinlan winning this time. Not sure he meant to kick it quite as far to the keeper, but just absorbing a bit of time, taking a bit of pressure out of the game as Humphrey looks to go forward. It's a straight ball. Zamet does well, and the ball comes off Swaby. Just a few times City may be looking a little bit too straight with their long balls. I think they'll be trying to go a little bit more diagonal rather than those straight balls down the line, which can often be defended quite easily. South East doing a good job of putting their body in the way and letting the ball carry out, especially with the firm surface of Pembroke Park, where the ball can carry that little bit further. Stalker misses everyone there and goes through to the centre back. Fujishiro plays back. Humphreys again. Humphrey forwards, another touch, looks inside. Smith can't quite get his foot to it. Wojciech now, going to go forwards. Woodland asking for the ball. Not quite getting it. Wojciech picks up again. Travels. Tries to find Taylor. Declan Brown does well and clears. Nothing silly there. Zinovic picks the ball up. Finds Wojciech, who's dropped a little bit deeper now. He's a bit advanced earlier. Tries to find his left back. Humphrey. Smith up. Taylor now picks the ball up. Got a little bit of space. And that's offside there. You don't hear that very often, quite a cheer for offside like that. But the South East faithful very happy with the high line that their defenders had set up. Hey, nearly 40 minutes into this match now. South East 2-0 up against their highly favoured opposition in Lonnie City. Great performance from the Southern Championship reigning champs. Sugaslut tries to use his body there. Hashimoto wins the free kick. Switched out. Code happy to just let the ball play. City once again happy to keep possession. Stalker not choosing to pick the ball up. Now does. He's got Satori on his left. Probably looking to use Hugaslut's head here. Cow Brown on the move. Well defended there by Latinovic. Hashimoto brings the ball down. Plays inside to Wojciech. Back to Humphrey. Humphrey now looking up. Plays it short. Hashimoto probably looks to go back to his right. And does. Wojciech lets the ball run. Humphrey now in a bit of space. Taylor. Always looking to go to that right-hand side. As you heard the catch set. Coach Shackloff letting everyone know. Humphrey forward. Swaby into the feet. Zamet does a good job of clearing there. Humphrey more than happy to join in here. Love to see it, a centre-back joining in like this. Is a long throw from Hashimoto in a great area. Brown clears. Satori now looks to use Quinlan, who hasn't been as expansive as he usually is. He's usually happy to get on and use his pace. Fellows, Quinlan. Done a great job tracking back there, Quinlan. And some colourful language there on the effect marks. As Code calls for a free kick here. Still got the spray. Humphrey, who's probably one of the taller players on the City lineup, but happy to take the free kick. His left foot ever dangerous. Definitely being the major factor in today's match for City. Crosses in, low. Zamet does a good job of clearing. Straight back to Humphrey. Rolling shows. Turns. Quinlan pinches. Brown's throw. Quinlan away. Fujishiro chases. Tries to switch. Hashimoto there. Another great chance for Southeast. I think Quinlan, if he had his time again, he might have tried to keep that ball rather than trying to play first time. But for all of Lonnie City's possession, Southeast just continue to have the better chances so far in this game. Woodland now. Forwards touch. Over the top. Zamet can't quite clear. Oh, Hoogasloot stepping in there as he has done for the past 15 years plus and heading back to Mitchell Stalker. Satori up. It's a great 50-50 challenge there. Martinovic and Satori. I'm not too sure what that call was from the Southeast fans there. I think that was a terrific 50-50 of two players just really going at the ball there. Southeast with the throw now. Quinlan also has quite a long throw as well. Maybe not quite as far as Hashimoto, but can launch. Satori flicks on. Fujishiro clears. Swaby touches it back. Just gets on the other side of Declan Brown there. Swaby. Inside. Well cut out by Quinlan. Just kind of clears a bit aimlessly there as Hashimoto picks the ball up. Oh, and it's a good chance there. City had Southeast out of position. As we move now into the 44th minute. Not too many stoppages so far. I imagine only a minute or two of it at a time. And I'm getting the 2-minute signal from our fourth official today. Thank you, Fons. Rawlings picks the ball up. I'm sure City would like another couple of chances here. We're just 2 minutes of time. Humphrey. Runs Fujishiro. Back to Humphrey. Humphrey looks up. Fujishiro. Running. Looks inside. Taylor. Bit of space. Oh, and just misses that one, does Hashimoto. Would have been a nice chance. Really enjoying the way that the left back is tucked inside, almost playing as a fourth centre mid, allowing Humphrey to get into those wider areas. Swaby can't quite get on the end of this one. Stalker aware, happy to pick up. Luke Hoogasloot just putting his hand up just to remind Stalker, hey, we're 2-0 up here. We're happy to sort of just concede a little bit of time. Put a bit of pressure back on Lonnie Sweaty. Oh, that was borderline from Cow Brown there. I reckon he might have heard the whistle, but he still kicked the ball anyway. Nathan Coe just having a polite discussion there with Luke Hoogasloot. Humphrey. Back to Latinovic. Latinovic. Diagonal ball. Zamet deals with nicely. Smith clears. Humphrey, first time. Swaby. Oh, that's a juicy touch. Walsh, unlucky to probably concede a free kick there. Probably just came in a little bit hot. And Swaby with a nice little flick of the outside of the boot there. Was creating something out of something that probably wasn't quite there. Humphrey again whipping from, this time swinging away from Mitchell Stalker's goals. And this will be one of the last attacks of this half, I would have thought. Only 2 minutes of added time. Humphrey, one hand up. It's a pretty disappointing ball. Falls out to the top. Rawlings. Quinlan. One-on-one. Wojciech does a good job of giving a Humphrey. Humphrey. Back to the keeper. And that'll about do us, I think. Clark. Plays wide. Rawlings. Poor first touch there. Ball hasn't really been going out that much on the right-hand side. Definitely preferring to go down the left-hand side. Using the centre-back Humphrey. Quinlan now. Take his time throwing the ball in here. Throws long. Woodland. And Jacob Satori clearing the ball down. Not long left in this fascinating first half. Southeast leading 2-0. Woodland clearing to Humphrey. Humphrey, forward touch. Straight ball again. It's just a few times today where City have looked to play that straighter ball rather than having a bit of angle on it, but that's half time. Southeast United 2, Launceston City 0. And that is the beauty of the Lakoseljac Cup right here, ladies and gentlemen. The leaders of the Southern Championship, Southeast United 2, courtesy of goals from Luke Hugersloot and Dwayne Walsh, two very experienced players doing their thing for their team. But Launey City, I think, will be obviously pretty disappointed with how that first half played out, but a lot of possession with no real chances other than the one save where Mitchell Stalker pushed it wide of his post. But a great first half. So stay tuned in. Southeast United 2, Launey City 0. Yeah, mate, it's good. No notes. You can't do live replays or anything, can you? No.
I can't touch it. The only thing I've got is the camera and making sure it's streaming.
Yeah. Bit of a pain though. It'd be nice to be able to like, like a little 30-second jump back or something. Yeah, but you probably need 2 people for that, right? Did you do it by yourself?
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can do the scoring by myself, so as soon as you get a goal, there's nothing happens for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Chuck it on a replay.
Yeah. Sounding okay?
Yeah, it's good. A little quiet at the start, but I boosted it, so you're all good now.
And both teams and now the referees are back out here for the second half here at Pembroke Park. Southeast leading Lonnie City 2-0. Just thought I'd go through the stats quickly. So Southeast with 2 shots on target and 2 goals. 1 corner, 1 offside, 5 fouls. While City with the 3 shots, 1 on target, 2 corners, 1 offside and also 5 fouls. All the pressure now on the NPL opposition, Launceston City, trailing by 2 goals. Having a lot of possession in that first half. I'm sure they wanted to do a little bit more with it in the second half, but I have no doubt that they're going to come out strong and look to really take a hold of this match. But Southeast would be very happy with how that first half played out. 2 goals from 2 shots and a very disciplined defensive performance so far, with all their players doing a good job sitting in behind the ball. As Smith now kicks off. Cow Brown plays long to Hoogersloot. Walsh flicks on. Quinlan's in. Shot and saved by Clark. Terrific save by Clark there as Quinlan looks to be through. A nice set play there from the kickoff from Southeast. Walsh doing a good job of putting his body on the line, flicking it on to Paddy Quinlan, who couldn't quite beat the keeper Clark there on the front post. Considering the lack of chances that both teams had in that first half, it's a great job to keep the scoreline at 2-0. 3 might have made it very interesting for Lonnie City. There are no subs at halftime either. Satori crosses the ball in. His brother picks the ball up. Playing long. Happy to play a little bit more direct now. City as Taylor tries to win that. Zamet does a good job of clearing the ball. I just think that maybe City might look to be a little bit more direct in their play in this second half, considering all the possession they had in the first. It's Hashimoto. Finds Taylor. Taylor, good feet. Zamet. Swaby with the shot. Just over the bar. You can already see the intent from Launceston City now. Just trying to be a little bit more progressive with the way that they're playing. More direct. Swaby just putting that one over the bar. A little bit of wind pushing towards Mitchell Stalker's goal. Cow Brown gets up, wins the ball, flicks on to Hoogersloot. Humphrey, lovely first touch. Back to his preferred left. Declan Brown clears away. Fellow. Latinovic. Fellow. Hoogersloot, great job defending that. Putting Fellows under a bit of pressure. Quinlan now to take the throw. What a great chance. Just 90 seconds ago. Nearly to put his team up 3-0. Long throw. Finds Satori. Hoogersloot brings the ball down. Happy to keep it. And they win the throw. Comes off Latinovic there. Quinlan, who's gone on a little bit longer and direct with his throws in the first half. Probably try to find Hoogersloot's head here, I'd imagine. Gets it in there. Flicked on. Ball falls to Walsh. Oh, cuts back inside. And is fouled. Yellow card there to City. Believe that was Hashimoto. Earning his first slice of cheese. Fouled at the top of the box. Now we saw what happened for the first goal for Southeast from this set piece. It was on the other side last time, but I'm sure they're licking their lips at another chance to put Lockie Clark's goal in a bit of danger. Jacob Satori on this free kick. Looking to put a good ball in. Floated in, dangerous spot. Well dealt with by Humphrey. Callum Brown wins the ball. Tries to find Taylor. Zamet does a good job. Fujishiro looks to switch. Couple of touches. Cal Brown. That's a pretty easy decision there for the keeper. For the referee, sorry. Brown clattering into Fujishiro. Looks to pick the ball up again. Humphrey. Plays wide to Hashimoto. Hashimoto flicks on to Taylor. Taylor with a good first touch. Looks to go back onto his right. Drops back to Swaby. Swaby finds the top of the box. Fujishiro with a shot. And that one skies just wide to a few jeers from the Southeast faithful there. And the crowd, I'll be honest, I think there's a few more people here. I think people might have heard that Southeast are 2-0 up. And they've decided to come along to the game here today. Stalker sporting a nice black cap with his purple kit. Can't quite get it up. Hoogesloot back to Quinlan. And Code calls the free kick on Swaby there. Just a little late challenge there by, I think it might have been Declan Brown. I really like this position here for City, with the left footer Humphrey able to really give this one a bit of whip. I imagine it's probably going to be bouncing just around that 6-yard box. Let's go a bit deeper. Oh, good chance and saved by Stalker there on his front post. Didn't look like it was threatening the goal too much, but better to be safe than sorry. As Stalker puts that one away for a corner and gets Taylor to take the corner. Southeast with 2 players up. Taylor in swinging. Dangerous spot. Hoogesloot clears. Fujishiro picks the ball up. Walsh one. Just be careful of the bounce here for Hashimoto. Quinlan just comes in. Can't be played by Hashimoto there. Plays to Fujishiro. Wide. Walsh wins. And that one's on the roof. Already hear the fines committee of Southeast speaking about how much that one costs. Swaby picks the ball up inside. Does well. Cal Brown. He's been very good today, Cal Brown. As he loses the ball, commentator's curse. Wins it back though. Brown does well there. Woodland picks the ball up. Fujishiro. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor, quick feet. Brought down by Smith. Oh, in a very, very dangerous area. One of the coaches from City providing a bit of commentary for me there. Very dangerous position. City with 2 players over the ball. Humphrey and Hashimoto. I think the win behind him here. We want him to make sure he keeps over the ball. Humphrey for his squad. Has a shot. Stalker. Good save. Well and truly within his reach, but does well to flick it over the bar nonetheless. I think Humphrey might have wanted to actually hit one of the corners there, but I feel like that was straight in Stalker's grasp. Good efforts by both sides there. Humphrey comes short. Taylor picks the ball up. Looks to go to his right. Walsh cuts it out. Ball cannons back into Taylor, and that's a goal kick to Southeast. Bit under 10 minutes into this first half. Game's changed a little bit. I feel like the intensity's lifted a little from City, who are trying to really push after this game now. Hoogesloot steps in. Jacob Satori tries to find Sam Satori. Cowbrow brings down. Plays Quinlan. Quinlan puts his centre midfielder under a bit of pressure there. Wojciech spreads out to Rawlings. Rawlings to Humphrey. Humphrey now. Forward, positive touch. Ooh, and that looks like a pretty easy decision there for Nathan Code. A very late challenge there by Luke Hoogesloot, who I think knew that card was coming as soon as he made that challenge. Just getting in there a little late. Nathan Code very quick to go to his pocket. That's Max Rawlings there, just hobbling away. He beat the long limbs of Luke Hugersloot quite easily there. Southeast just getting a little sloppy now. There's been a couple of free kicks that have been in decent spots, so I'm interested to see if City can potentially cash in any of these chances. Very much in the centre of the field. It's always a tough one when it's hard to put an angle on the ball. Humphrey. Swaby. Walsh gets at the top of the box. Falls. Oh, well cleared out by Hugersloot. A strong shot there by Fujishiro. Potentially fouled. Cal Brown. Just speaking there to Nathan Code. Ball comes wide to Rawlings. Rawlings back to Clark. Fujishiro there with that shot at the top of the box. You would have been hoping maybe to get that one on target. Tindovich wide. Humphrey picking the ball up. Looks to play inside. Fujishiro picks up. Tries to find a teammate. Doesn't see anything he likes. Back to Humphrey. Southeast still sitting in nicely. Defending well. Swaby gets a little touch. Falls to Wojcik. It's a nice challenge there. Winning the ball. A little bit agricultural, but he's won the ball nonetheless. Humphrey. On his feet. Fujishiro here really getting into his work. Getting a lot of touches on the ball as Hashimoto plays backwards. Finds Taylor. Taylor turns. Beats one. Can't quite beat two. And a free kick again for Southeast. These fouls really starting to pile up now. Feel like maybe the next foul or two, I think referee Code might be leaning into his pocket just to send a message to the Southeast players that, hey, I'm aware of all these fouls that you're committing here. Humphrey again, put in some good areas. This one will curl away from Stalker. One hand up. Good shape. To the back post! And a great chance for Latinovic there. Free header at the back post. Slight breakdown in communication by the Southeast back four there. Disappointed not to touch Nick Stalker's goal there. But a lovely bowl from Humphrey to the back post. Games are changing, I think. Inside, Fujishiro picks up. Looks left. Hashimoto. Wide to Taylor. Taylor looking to go inside, I would have thought. Goes to the byline. Sorry. Southeast just happy to give the ball back to City. Callum Brown picks the ball up. One-on-one. Tinovic looks for some contact there as Cal Brown. And I don't think it was there. As referee Code goes, I don't see that one. That time, Woodland coming in pretty strongly there for a tackle. And pretty easy decision for referee Code, but definitely made the right decision on that first one. I think Cal Brown was probably looking for the contact when it wasn't quite there rather than trying to beat the man. What would have been a good chance for Southeast. Moving to the 58-minute mark. City probably with a lot of the chances of late. Deck Brown, long to Hugersloot, flicks on. And Clark comes out and takes. Not going to go long. Zamet just misses, keeps the ball low. The Southeast skipper happy to get in there. And another foul. They look to go quickly now. Callum Brown pushed to the ground there by Taylor. Right in front of the referee. Taylor, that was a interesting decision there. Callum Brown probably unnecessarily coming across and putting his foot as they look to play short. That's an easy decision for the referee. And then Taylor just giving a little shove to Brown, and that's an easy yellow card right in front of the referee as well. But both teams now sort of recognising the importance of the next 5 to 10 minutes here. I just sense that City have really come out with a bit of purpose and trying to play a little bit more direct now, and I feel like the goal's not too far away. Humphrey on the ball, assessing his options. Hashimoto's short to his right if he wants him. Goes long to the back post there. Latinovic in. And pretty easy, 2 hands in the back. As Code does a good job of keeping this match under wraps, which has definitely gone up in intensity over the last 5 to 10 minutes here. We just about reached the hour mark. Stalker, always been happy to go long for the whole of this match. Follows that same structure. Hugersloot challenges. Just leading with his elbows a little bit there as Woodland wins the free kick. Fellows out to Humphrey. Humphrey wide to Hashimoto. Hashimoto probably looking to go back inside. Plays to Humphrey. Latinovic is open. Just on his horse just a little bit there. Back inside. Plays to Humphrey. Humphrey with a forward touch. City now. Good area. Hashimoto. Plays back to Fujishiro. Now to Humphrey. Just happy to keep possession. Plays it wide. In a good area here. Get in the box. And a corner. Good patient build up there by Lonnie City. As City look to make a double change. I think they're going to wait till after the corner here. Southeast really under the pump now. City wanting to make this one 2-1. Good corner by Taylor. Free header! And off the bar and over. A great chance from Humphrey there. On a lovely ball in from Taylor. There's a double change here for City. Wojciech coming off. And Rawlings. Coming on is Wilcox and Harris. Stalker going long. Brought down by Fujishiro. Plays back to Fellows. Switches out to Humphrey. Just back out to Humphrey. They're keeping possession, but just a little bit more advanced than where they were in the first half. Taylor picks up, plays back to the CDM in Woodland. Into Taylor. Taylor turns. Plays it back to the second centre-back. Latinovic into the box. Dangerous. Swaby. Flicks on, and that's a goal kick. Good bit of possession there from City. Not really coming to anything, but just moving Southeast from side to side. Just making sure if there's any holes in their defence that could potentially be played through. Looks like Harris has come onto the right-hand side there, replacing Rawlings. And Wilcox onto the other side there, with Taylor looking to tuck in a little bit more inside. Quinlan wins. Satori looking to beat the right back. That's a pretty good challenge by Latinovic. Looks like he's in a bit of pain. Is Satori. He's alright, he's up. Play out the other side. Wilcox has just come on. Rolls in for Fujishiro. Well defended there by Hugersloot, and it goes out for a corner. No, goal kick. It looked like it had come off the Southeast defender there, but Southeast happy to receive the goal kick and just take a little bit of fizz out of this game. It's Wilcox on that left-hand side. playing somewhat centrally. Kim and Taylor pretty happy to be interchanging. Well defended there. Shimoto into Taylor. Good win there by Brown. Tries to play quickly. Jacob Hugersloot with the ball now. Plays wide. Satori tries to get there. Can't quite. Well intercepted by Fellows. And Harris tucks inside with some fresh legs. Plays wide to Hashimoto. Crosses in. Looks a little deep. And it's just floated over the back there. There's Wilcox there. Just trying to get into the game and whip one across. Game almost exclusively being played in City's half, as it was in the first half as well. Southeast happy to absorb the pressure and then go on the counter when required. Those counter-attacks are becoming less and less frequent. Wilcox plays down the line. Taylor can't quite get there. Hugersloot gets there first. Swaby just snapping at his heels there. Hugersloot bounces up very quickly. Ready to just let him know about it, but happy to concede the free kick as Swaby just coming in a little late there. Stalker now. He's been very reliable with his feet today, creating a few chances. Stalker looking to go long. Not quite to the edge of the 18. Taylor flicks on to Swaby. Satori gets there. Might just go out of bounds. Walsh tries to keep it in. Can't quite. Hashimoto picks the ball up and carries. Tries to find Taylor inside. Picked up by Fujishiro. He's got a bit of space. Finds Harris. Harris back inside. Someone's fallen over there. I think it's Swaby. Callum Brown's out. Can he find Hugersloot? Can't quite get there. Well intercepted there by Woodland. And Walsh with his second rather large clearance. This one not quite reaching the roof of the lovely new facilities down here in Sorrel. Game now 65 minutes in. Still 2-0 to Southeast. But it's only a matter of time, I feel, till City potentially get one back. Hashimoto. Fujishiro. Back to Humphrey. Humphrey switches across, as they have been happy to do all day. Lovely ball, finds feet. Swaby. Fujishiro. And seems to be something that's going on here. Feel like it could be a drop ball, maybe. Just interested to see what plays on here for Code, if it's a free kick or drop ball maybe. Southeast, I think, happy to give the ball back to City. Humphrey. Crosses. Cleared by Satori. Hugersloot gets his foot in there. Brown gets there first, beats him. Satori's open on the left-hand side if he can find him, and does. Harris chasing after. Oh, it's a poor first touch by Satori there. Looked to be in behind, but good chase down by the striker. Swaby. Gets the ball away. Woodland. Plays wide to Humphrey. Humphrey just putting his foot on the ball. Taylor, nice little head check there. Plays wide. Gets the ball to Harris. Fresh sub. Quinlan does well to win the ball there. And just puts it in a tough spot for Licinovic to deal with. Hugersloot doing a great job of getting him behind. And Code comes over. That's a yellow card to Dan Licinovic. Hugersloot using his body nicely there, as he has done for years and years. Just putting his body in between the ball and the defender and just rolling across the central defender there. And a little bit unlucky for Licinovic, but yeah, it's a yellow card nonetheless. Jacob Satori on this set piece. Southeast have looked dangerous from their set pieces all day. Floated in. quite on it. Callum Brown picks up. Back to Satori. Takes a good first touch. Plays wide to Brown. Southeast in a good spot here. Brown can't quite get past the defender. Hoogerslut's got it. Back to Declan Brown. Just tries to flick it over the top there. And the linesman's got his flag up. I think potentially for a goal kick. Humphrey carrying the ball out. Plays inside to Woodland. Woodland looks to spread. The right back fellows, nice and high. Finds the feet. Taylor, great first touch. Good challenge by Brown. Hoogersloot, the second effort. Ball falls to Hashimoto. On the left foot. It's a nice cross, Swaby. And another free kick on Swaby there. Nice little bowl across there from Hashimoto. Jacob Hoogersloot just on the ground here. We're 70 minutes into this game. I don't mind. Hoogersloot has gone down here. The physio runs out. So 25 minutes into this second half. City with the majority of the chances. Probably the best chance of the game was that header at the back post that just fell short of Mitchell Stalker's front post. Teams just all getting together for a quick drink here. Yeah, if you're Lonnie City, you'd be feeling confident that the goal's going to come at some point. But Southeast, they'd be feeling just as confident, having managed to defend really well today against a City team that's full of very talented players. All to play for in this huge next 20 minutes. Hoogersloot's up. Seems to be moving okay. Referee code. Just letting everyone know to get back into their spots. Both teams pretty happy to get a breather. I'm very impressed with the way that Fujishiro has played in this second half. He's been getting on the ball a lot, decent spaces. I feel like he could be the one to potentially release a Angus Taylor or Thierry Swaby. It's a bit of a nothing header straight back to Stalker. Well, I won't be in any rush to pick this one up. It does now. Swaby be disappointed himself that he had to make that extra run after that header. Stalker goes long. Southeast, as they have done all day. Bit of chaos up top. Cow Brown brings the ball down. Through ball. Just tries to flick it round on the outside of a foot to Satsura there and can't quite hit it. Humphrey now. Carrying out from the back. Does well to find Taylor. Taylor turns. Smith chasing after Zamet. Can't quite get his foot on the ball. Crossed in. Oh, and Quinlan clears nicely. Fujishiro at the top of the box. Plays wide to Hashimoto. Wilcox. Keeps the ball. Plays to the top of the box. Taylor with a little bit of space. Tries to make something out of nothing. Keeps the ball. Back to Hashimoto. Gets the ball back again. Can do it with it here. Plays it out wide to Wilcox. Wilcox tries to take Walsh on one-on-one. Does well. Gets into the box. Taylor's there. Not quite able to get it under wraps and create something. But once again, City in a very advanced position. And just haven't quite been able to create the sort of chances they would have liked. But still feel like it's a matter of time until they can potentially get one back. Southeast doing a fantastic job of defending. One block down by Harris. Smith gets his foot in and clears. Fellows throws in. Finds Woodland. Woodland looks to switch. Might bounce over Walsh. Walsh heads it away. Wilcox there. Hashimoto throws into Taylor. Back to Hashimoto. Flicked across. Taylor brings down just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Crosses in with his left. And Declan Brown with the clearance there as Fujishiro nearly gets on the end of that one. Another great chance for City. Lovely ball in there by Taylor. But Declan Brown just on the end of that one and stopping. Humphrey with the forward touch. Whips across. Smith with the clearance. Southeast really under the pump now. Woodland plays wide. Fresh sub in Harris. Plays back to Woodland. Plays to Hashimoto. Hashimoto, good positive touch. Plays wide to Wilcox. Tucks inside to Fur right. Good little bit of shape on it. And a great save by Stalker. 1-on-1. I think that was Fujishiro in there who just goes sitting behind the defender, and Stalker with a terrific save. That's a proper reflex save there by Mitchell Stalker, as City once again really pressing now. Southeast goes under a lot of pressure. But standing resolute at the moment. Crossed in, back post. Just falls off Latinovic's foot. Stalker now, I'm sure, is in no hurry to have to pull this one in. Just watching that one back. Fantastic cross in on the left hand side, and a lovely header by Fushishiro, but just not quite there. Stalker now clears long. Good header by Woodland. Declan Brown gets his foot in there. Smith clears. Southeast just giving the ball away again. Possession to be well above 70% to Launceston City, I would have thought. Hashimoto, long throw, cleared by Zamet. Woodland, positive first touch. Plays wide to Harris. Harris, shut down by Satori. Stalker tries to get there and it just goes over his head, and another corner. And Humphrey's delivery has been fantastic today. It's in and around that 6-yard box. That one there just fell to the back post, and I feel like if Lacinovic might have been a little bit more aware, that could have been a good chance. So I imagine again, to the front post this time, Zamet clears. Second ball might fall to City here, and does. Humphrey switches across. Lacinovic, long way up, the centre back. And a good tackle there by Hugersloot. Satori leaves it. Doesn't quite go there. Taylor gets there. Good first touch by Hashimoto. Under a bit of pressure. Plays back to Fellows. Fellows, that's a good whip. Not quite. Just goes to the back there. The wind kind of just getting over that one. Probably needed to be whipped a little bit more there by Fellows rather than floated in. So we move now into the 77-minute mark. Can Southeast continue to defend with this sort of pressure from Monty City, who are well and truly on top here? Southeast maybe ventured into their half one or two times for decent chances as Hugersloot gets there first. And Code blows his whistle. Hugersloot. It's been a little bit of pain. Not in too much of a hurry to get up. Code just asking the question of Hugersloot if he's okay as his brother comes over. Zamet helps him up. 5 Southeast players all around the ball there. Not many up there. They're happy to just remain organised. As Code says, hurry up, guys. Get into your positions. Declan Brown playing long. Well cleared by Latinovic. Taylor misses the header. Satori wins the ball back. Callum Brown tries to get there first. Brings the ball down. Beats one. Tries to find Hugersloot's feet, just misses. Swaby. And Hugersloot a bit out of control there. Just comes into the back of Swaby and takes his legs out from underneath him. And a yellow card to the other Hugersloot now. These yellow cards really starting to stack up for Southeast. But with 12 minutes to go, the professional fouls maybe not so bad. As Humphrey now deep into the box. Tries to find Fellow. Woodland back into the box. Cleared out by Hugersloot. To the other Hugersloot. Brown picks up the ball. Nothing in front of him. Keeps the ball. Looks wide. Hugersloot's open wide. Finds him nicely. Hugersloot, forward touch. 1-on-1. Crosses it. Taylor back there defending. Satori this time. Tries to have a long shot. And Clark picks the ball up. Clark with his long arms. Finds Wilcox. It's a lovely switch. Quinlan stamps it out though. Good first touch by Fujishiro. As Quinlan clears again. Ball comes wide. Fellows tries to beat Quinlan. Does well to keep the ball. Skins him slightly. Still keeps the ball. Does nicely. Retains possession. It's the ball to Woodland. Woodland switches out. Humphrey with the ball now. Playing wide to Wilcox. Probably look to come back on his right foot. Goes to the byline. Beats one. Beats two. Crosses in. Not quite. Southeast still defending well. Yet to make any subs. Humphrey. Straight ball. Finds Hashimoto. Hashimoto on his left. And that one over the newly constructed fence here at Pembroke Park. As we move now into the final 10 of this match. Southeast remain 2-0 up. And hoping to punch their ticket to a Lakoseljac Cup final against South Hobart in a few weeks' time. The championship reigning champs taking on Lonnie City here. Swaby turns. Can't quite pick the ball up. Declan Brown clears. Finds Callum Brown. Callum Brown calls. Satori's through. 1-on-1. Latinovic in front of him. Satori still tries to get past him. Can't quite. Well defended there by Latinovic. Finds Woodland. Woodland into Harris. Harris back to Latinovic. Hashimoto calling for the ball. Doesn't get it though. Humphrey picks up. Carries forward. City still happy to keep possession despite trailing 2-0 in this game. Latinovic with a straight ball. Straight to Declan Brown. As Hashimoto picks up. He's in a good spot here. Plays wide to Wilcox. Wilcox cuts back inside on the right and to the left. Walsh does well. Great hands there by Stalker. Stuck to his gloves nicely as the Southeast fans yell in delight. Stalker long to Hugersloot. Hugersloot using his body nicely against Humphrey. He's doing well here without giving away the ball or the foul. Clark plays to Hashimoto. Hashimoto with time. Looks to play over the top. Harris going in. 1-on-1 with Quinlan. Quinlan does a good job there as he plays to Jack Brown. Quinlan again tries to win the ball. Does well against the fresh sub in Harris. That one might stay in as Satori chases after. Fellows does well though. Plays back to his centre back. Latinovic plays to Humphrey. Humphrey forwards to Taylor. Taylor turns in a good spot. Pulls the trigger. And a great effort just going wide. It's hard to tell from that angle how close that was, but you can see Stalker very quickly getting across to cover it, so I feel like it mightn't have been too far away, but Taylor looks like the most likely for City here. Just picking the ball up in those half spaces and turning and running at the Southeast defence, who must be getting tired at this point. 83 minutes in and doing a lot of defending. Hashimoto does well to win the ball against a much taller player in Hugersloot. Plays back to Humphrey. Humphrey looks to go diag. Hashimoto picks up the ball. Plays down the line to Swaby. Swaby, who might have been in an offside position and is just making his run a little bit early. Southeast now making their first change. With Nick Devereaux coming on. And looks to be Luke Hugersloot coming off. Indeed scored the first goal of this match. I think 3 minutes into the game. Just being told to hurry up a little bit there by Nathan Code now as 6 minutes remain in this game. A great performance here from Hugersloot. Did the job for his team as Devereaux, who's usually the defensive player, seems to be going up top. Probably just putting a bit of pressure on Humphreys and not letting him play the long ball. Fujishiro brings the ball down. Devereaux straight away into the game. Heard the call there by Southeast coach. Energy, and that's one thing that Nick Devereaux has in spades. Hashimoto loses the ball. Brown picks up. Satori, they've got a 2-on-2 here. Beats one, beats two. Pulls the trigger. And Clark does well. He'll be disappointed with that shot, I think. Satori. Straight at Clark. Harris beats one. Gives the ball away. Smith just gives the ball back. Latinovic brings down and switches out. Hashimoto now. Outside of the foot. Tries to find the feet of Swaby. Misses. Hoogersloot. Happy to clear. Walsh now on the ball that's gone a long way. How's your touch, Humphrey? No, it doesn't bring it down. Goes to the head. Hoogersloot. Long to Dev. Devereaux brings it down. Walsh tries to find the corner. Humphrey does well to stop that one. Devereaux. Putting in a bit of effort up top. Woodland now. Wider area. Finds Wilcox. Wilcox comes inside. Couple of touches. Looks to switch. Can't quite find it. Quinlan wins the ball. Ball just in 50-50 zone here as Declan Brown clears away. It'll be coming straight back as Woodland tries to bring the ball down and can't quite get it there. Smith looking to find a corner as we now move into 86 minutes into this match. I think Southeast is happy to put the ball into the corners here. There's a free kick called. Southeast will be in absolutely no hurry here. This is the beauty of cup football, hey? The team in the lower division leading the second place team in the NPL here in Tasmania 2-0. As a throw in for Southeast. Just on the edge of their box there. Comes in. Fujishiro clears. Gives to Taylor who turns. Who has been pretty impressive today. Devereaux. First challenge. Yellow card. Brings down Taylor as they're away quickly. The referee letting him play? No, asking it to come back. Latinovic now. Just gesturing to his teammates. Come on, guys. Where am I going here? Humphrey. Two subs lined up for Southeast and one for Lonnie City as Taylor picks up the ball. Carries. Beats a couple. Plays wide to Fellows. Fellows first time in. And Declan Brown cuts that out. Playing a little bit more defensive today in comparison to his usual midfield role. Has done a good job back there. Latinovic switches now. Humphrey picks up. Inside to Hashimoto. Taylor. Can't quite beat Zamet. Hashimoto does a good job there. Harris. Plays to Woodland. Woodland switches. Humphrey picks up the ball now. Into the feet of Fujishiro. Now wide to Wilcox. Still happy to retain possession despite there only being 2.5 minutes left. Turns. Finds Swaby's feet. Can't quite clear away there. Woodland top of the box and shoots. Stalker happy to go down to the ground there, bringing that one into his grasp. Who has done a mighty fine job today, I might add. Latinovic brings the ball down. Looks to switch, finds Swaby, who's come from an offside position there. Couple of subs now lining up for both teams. The right back fellow is coming off there. As Smith comes off for the centre mid for Southeast. And Walsh on the far side there. As we move now very quickly towards 90 minutes. Stalker plays wide. That one will go out. Hashimoto taking the throw. Really is go time now for City. Trailing by 2 goals. Knockout Cup. Can they pinch a late goal or two? And dire need. Woodland now. Positive touch forward. Looks to play wide. The fresh sub whose number wasn't on dribble, sorry. Switches out to Woodland. Humphrey brings the ball down. Still not in a hurry. Plays to Hashimoto. Hashimoto into Taylor's feet. Tries to turn. Virtushiro picks the ball up. Drops it off for Woodland. Woodland looks to switch. Not quite there. I think that's Bosco on the far side there. Into the box. Dropped off for Taylor. Can't quite get there. Fujishiro drops off to Hashimoto. Harris plays it wide. Crossed in. Hand maybe away from the body there. Not called. Out for a corner. Very close to 90 minutes. I think that's Quinlan there on the ground, who might have got hit just as he went to stop that one. Into the 90th minute now. Really would be something if Lonnie City could pinch a goal or two now. Will Humphrey on the corner, who's been really terrific today for Lonnie City. A lot of the play coming down his side on the left. Always putting in some good set pieces. All right, 5 minutes of added time now, guys. As we go into the 90th minute. Lonnie City with a corner. Crossed in towards the back post. Stalker can't quite clear, and it's out for a goal kick. Southeast in absolutely no hurry to take this goal kick. At two more subs line up for Southeast. Code. Now stopping for the subs. Bennett for Satari. Jacob Hugersloot for David Butler. The Southeast substitutes not in any hurry to come off. Only a couple minutes left now. Can City pull something out here? They've deserved a couple of goals. Stalker plays long and wide. Tries to find the head of one of his players. Long down line, Swaby inside to Taylor. Taylor into the box. Beats one, beats two. And he's brought down inside of the box. And he's called it a yellow card. I think that's for simulation. And that's a red card. Angus Taylor, I think, has been sent off there. Second yellow card. First one, I think, for simulation there. And then I think he's maybe given a few choice words to referee code and has been given his marching orders. Now into 2.5 minutes into this game. City down to 10 men. Southeast up 2-0. Zamet comes in behind. Clears long. Looks to find Devro. Devro flicks on. Bosco tries to get in behind. Satori there. Devro can't quite get there. Humphrey clears. Satori brought down by Woodland. Good bit of composure. Knowing full well they've got to get after it now. Well won there by Southeast. They've won it back. Finds Devro's feet. Player up at his back. Humphrey does well. Beats one. Finds the feet of Swaby. Maybe brought down by Zamet there. It's very chaotic here and to be expected with everything on the line. Hashimoto. Can't quite get the ball down. As Satori clears. Southeast faithful. Still in full voice, knowing full well that their team's 2-0 up. With the game nearly over. Can Lonnie City potentially get a goal here? Hashimoto, the long throw, tries to find Swaby. Zamet does well. Cleared away by Satori. Brought down by Woodland. Hashimoto. Well played there by Fujishiro. Humphrey. Play back, got time. Looks wide. Wilcox, who might be offside, and isn't. Beats the left back. Bosco, can't quite get there. Swaby chases after the ball, and he's offside. 4.5 minutes in and 5 minutes of added time. I dare say it. Southeast are in a fantastic position to win this match. They've defended magnificently today, conceding a lot of possession to Lonnie City and managing to really take advantage of the counter-attacks when they've been on offer. Cal Brown and Luke Hoogersloot being terrific through the middle, and second goal there by Dwayne Walsh. Swaby now tries to get past Zamet. Cuts inside. Declan Brown there with a very important foot. As City now rush to try and score a goal. Dare the keeper go up? Hashimoto to whip in now that Taylor's been sent off. One hand up. Comes in low. Tried to be flicked on there by Fujishiro, but not quite. As it goes out for a goal kick. As we move past that 5 minutes of added time now. Stalker, I must say, has put off some terrific saves today. Especially that one-on-one contest with Fujishiro, where from inside of the 6-yard box. And he saved a beautiful one-on-one save from across there. Devro tries to head out. Good challenge there. Swaby tries to bring it down. Plays wide to Wilcox. Wilcox flicks on. Swaby on it again. Gets past Brown and brought down. Was it outside of the box? I believe so. In a good position though, as we move now into the 6th minute of additional time. Can Lonnie City get a goal back? Declan Brown with a good foul there, considering Swaby was probably past him. Happy to bring him down outside of the box, as close as it was to a penalty. Humphrey to whip. Good cross. Good chance. And it's missed. And there it is! The final whistle from referee code. And incredibly, Southeast United having defeated Launceston City 2-0. A very good defensive performance from Southeast, who managed to defend fantastically today, considering the amount of possession that Lonnie City had. A fantastic effort by all involved in Southeast today to beat a highly fancied NPL opposition. 2-0, courtesy of a goal of Luke Hoogersloot in the first half, followed by a Dwayne Walsh finish. Ends the game with 2-0. And I dare say, Lonnie City would have come down today feeling pretty good about their chances, but Southeast United coming through with the win. And you can see there by the stats, 18 shots to 4, but a 2-0 win to Southeast. Thank you for joining Football Tasmania TV today. My name is Zach Peace, and that was the magic of the cup.